What's up guys, today I'll be giving you a Apex video, me playing Loba main, one trick, 400 plus kills going on to 500. Today specifically I'm going to upload a video because I got my new Turtle Beach Recon mic. So yeah, so in today's clip we have my win and I'll take you through it. I'm also going to walk you through how I play Loba, how I play my games in gold rank, my experience as a gold rank, and yeah, let's just get straight into it.
I'm ready. Let's get the job done.
I keep my squad mates insulated.
So as you can see here, I'm landing in the city area in World's Edge. I'm currently at gold 2, going on to gold 1. As you can see, I run in and instantly go find a gun. I tend to do this a lot in a high enemy density area, since this is usually the common place of having a lot of enemies on World's Edge. So yeah, I just go for the gun and then think about everything else after and get the ammo. And then if anybody's in the same building as me, or you know, enemies, I go for them. And I tend to not land with any of my teammates, so I don't take any of their loot, and we have good starter loot as well. So as you can see here, Lobas tend to get their black markets quite fast, at quite early game, maybe around 2-3 minutes after landing, I don't know, but you tend to get it quite soon. When I use my black market, I make sure to put it in front of a door, so if any enemies are coming up while I'm looting and getting ammo or any shields or anything, you know, it's in front of the door and they have to break it. And you can also use the black market as some sort of like human shield, but not really a human shield, kind of a cover. So if they break the door and try and shoot you, they kind of have to get into an awkward position, but by the time they try, you already have enough space and enough time to get out of there. And as you can see in the building I have, there's a stairs I can go up to heal if I've taken like any bit of damage. And yeah, also what's very important, when I loot myself, I tend to go for the shields. If I don't have a good weapon, then I'll get a good weapon, but if I do have a good setup already pre-game, then I would definitely go for the shield, possibly backpack, and then think about ammo. I don't go for attachments first, because then if you go for attachments you don't have good defenses, and guns, as it being stock, are quite honestly easy to use without needing any attachments. I use the R99. It's quite an uncontrollable wild weapon with no attachments, and I do just fine without no attachments early game if I get it like as soon as I land, so that's alright. Also, Loba mains, if you're watching the video, it's very important that no matter how annoying the teammate is, you have to keep your black market up for your teammates. See, I know there's some, you know, teammates that can steal your loot and be very annoying and toxic, but at the end of the day, if you sabotage the teammates' ability to, you know, have good loot and be able to have a better edge to anyone that's coming to attack you, it'd be better. Because if you take that loot, you know, the black market down, and they don't have good loot, then they're more likely to go down first in a fight with another squad. So just keep that in mind.
Setting up shop. My favorite kind of loot. The kind that's all mine.
We're all inside the dream.
So as you can see here, I pinged the gold helmet, although I already have one. If I didn't have one, I'd still ping it. In this clip I was kind of showing bad game etiquette, but in my defense, I did forget that I had one on. I completely forgot. When it comes to having lifelines on your team, you need to prioritize what loot to give the lifeline. For instance, I would give the lifeline the backpack and the helmet, and if gold shields, give gold shields. I recommend this because obviously lifeline has a passive ability where she can use her drone to revive people, and she doesn't have to revive people herself. And the backpack bonus gives it so you can revive teammates faster, and the gold helmet allows it so your ability cooldown is shortened. So Lifeline, she can revive quicker and give her health drone out quicker as well, if say squads are third party in and we need to heal and we back out and stuff like that. Especially if we have a Wraith. If we have a Wraith and then she TPs us out and we've already just used that drone, the cooldown will be less for us to heal up, and instead of having to heal or use a Phoenix, or you know, having to use a shield bat then a med kit, Lifeline could just put her drone down and we just shield bat, and then by the time we finish shield batting, we'd either just about finished our health or, you know, near enough there. And especially when her health drone has been buffed, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but yeah, make sure to prioritize your teammates and what they need instead of thinking about yourself and being selfish.
Round 2, beginning ring countdown.
In this clip here, I am going to rush towards the enemy. I play kind of aggressive in this clip. I don't usually tend to, but I got my new headset. I'm finally able to use a headset, listen to music, vibe. I was listening to a lo-fi playlist, and you know what, it was just kind of calm. It wasn't too hectic, the game was fine, there was only 7 squads left, you know, it wasn't too much, and so I just had a bit of fun and just, you know, I was playing a bit aggressive. In gold, I mean, I do recommend to play aggressive, you know, don't play defensive all the time, and, you know, camp, because one, it's not good game etiquette to camp all the time. It just makes the game unfun for both yourself and other people, and to be quite honest, if you just camp just to get to higher ranks, camping in the higher ranks anyway won't do you any good, because people would just still rush you with, say, an Octane jump pad or a Wraith portal, like anything, or like say they use an ult to pressure you, and then you're sitting there healing, and then by the time they get to you, you haven't finished healing, and then you're done. So I don't think it's, you know, okay all the time to camp, but if you have to camp, do it in a, you know, in a tough position, but other from that, don't camp. So I was kind of playing aggressive quite there, but yeah, I tend to play, you know, kind of passive aggressive. I don't know if that kind of makes sense. Like, I don't camp, but I also don't rush towards the enemy. I like pick my battles. That's really important when it comes to getting to the higher leagues. Third party, like, you know, sometimes I'd third party, and sometimes I feel guilty for third partying, because I feel like that team just, you know, it's not a fair fight. The team that I just third partied were healing or were on low health or didn't have as much ammo, or their shields were depleted, and, you know, now I come in there with a full squad and just melt them when they just finished dealing with a hard squad already. So sometimes I feel a bit guilty, but that's how the game works, I guess. And you know, if you see them kill him, there's not really much pity in the game. So just bear that in mind. As you can see here, I open a Lifeline care package that our Lifeline put down for us, and our Watson has just marked some enemies. Obviously the Watson just got damaged and she's charging up her shield. When I'm looting and say my teammates are in trouble, it's really ideal that you look at the bottom left, look at their health bar and their shield bar, and see if they're in dire need of help. And that's when you drop everything, like stop looting and just go and help them. If it's, say, it's a full squad or 2 people on them, it's, you know, it just helps out the team, and you just need to be aware so your team doesn't go down and then it's an unfair fight for you as well.
Took care of that one.
As you can see here, I throw a thermite grenade. Thermite grenades are quite good in these situations. I don't really tend to use frags or arc stars as much as thermite grenades. They're kind of my favorite, like, grenade right now. I kind of like them. It kind of cuts off the enemy And in my opinion, it is more or less is kind of just like a whole new ability, just that you can pick up. It's really good. I go for the shield swap when I'm looting, and obviously I'm looting the lifeline. And also you saw before how I, killed the lifeline, so she was out of the game. As annoying as this sounds for me, if I was to get killed out of the game, you have to do it to other people, especially if the lifeline is alive on the enemy squad. You want to kill that person before that lifeline has a chance to even res them, because once they're resed, even though they're low health or have no shields, and they still have more firepower, and yeah. Also, a silly mistake I made, I was throwing the thermite while the Watson ult was on. I completely forgot. I was actually sitting there like, what? Why is this happening? And then I realized, oh, the Watson ult is also friendly grenades as well, which is tragic. But yeah, just make sure you keep an eye on that when you have a Watson on your team, or if, well, you should probably know if you're playing Watson anyway, but this is kind of a Loba video. They just respawned, but I don't know where. As you can see here, I had voice comms. Well, before I had my mic, I didn't have voice comms. That's why I'm saying it's important to look out for pings, because not everyone will have their mic on. But I was giving comms. I wasn't speaking a lot because there wasn't really much to speak about, unless like we was in a battle. And even if it was like a simple battle, I wouldn't really speak either. There's not really, it's quite self-explanatory unless it's quite complicated, which is when I would speak. But comms is very important, like how I just targeted everyone in there for them. So as you can see there, when I shot that Valkyrie, I didn't aim down sights. This is very key. If you're up close and personal or in a doorway, it'd be better for you to not aim down sights. I know this seems like a really simple and stupid tip and everyone should know this by now, but some people won't. Some people just aim down the sights because it's easier for them. But realistically, if you just hip fire, which means to not aim down scopes, in like doorways or tight spaces, it'll be better for you because you have more mobility and you're not really restricted to a certain sensitivity. My sensitivities are quite, I have a high sensitivity on hip firing, but lower. It's my sensitivity aiming is high already, but it's also lower than my normal hip fire one. As you can see there, I used my Volt on the other enemy inside. I can't remember who it was now that I'm recording my voice, but I used my enemy just now on that enemy inside, and then I ran out of ammo, so I switched to my Eva 8. When I run SMGs, you would think, oh, maybe you might want to run a long range weapon. This is not always the case. With most of the time, should I say, I run, say, SMG, then shotgun, because if I run out of ammo while firing my high fire rate SMG, i.e. the Volt or the R99, and I don't hit every shot and the enemy's still not dead after emptying a full clip, switch to your shotgun, Mastiff, PK, Eva 8. In my case, I was using the Eva 8. It's so much more better to just switch to an Eva 8, which is any shotgun weapon that's close range, and then pump the enemy after you just empty in a full clip. And usually 9 times out of 10 you'll find that just 2 shots of Mastiff or 3 shots or just a couple of shots from your shotgun in general, the enemy's gone. It's just great synergy, to be quite honest with you. And then obviously we had the Loba standing in front of the door, kicked the door in, and then moved to the side because obviously she can see that I'm kicking the door in, but she's obviously aiming down her sights and ready to shoot me down once I kick the door down because I'm stuck in the animation. So once I kick the door down, move to the side, and then go in after she stops shooting, and she won't expect me to come out. Like, obviously everyone's reaction times isn't instant, so as soon as I go out I get the first shot, and obviously I won that battle.
Jump drive. Enemy killed. Recharging shields.
Anyone got the studio? Recharging my shield.
Target down. Reloading.
Enemy down. Recharging my shields.
We're already inside the zone. Better do some maneuvering.
Reload. Just topping off my shield.
Oh, you think you're tough?
You are the Apex
GG's.
champions.